Only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. Sorry, I'm a little sick, sneezing. You can just tell my face is fucking red. But we got a battle report for you today. Our boy Jesse came over. He's playing Blood Angels versus a Grandmaster Request, Creations of Bile. We're running the vanilla list that has basically everything you need for Creations of Bile. This was right when Creations of Bile got released. He made this list, went to a GT, won the GT. So a lot of people kind of use that as the standard list, which it's a good list. I think that Creations of Bile, you can literally run anything as with Chaos Space Marines, and it could still be really, really good. There's a lot of stuff me and Keeble are testing out. Sorry, I just had a huge fucking sneeze fest over here. I was talking about me and Keeble are testing out Creations of Bile list, making them for specific enhancements. So we were thinking about the +2 speed. So basically creating an entire list around the +2 speed, and with Chaos Space Marines all having just base speed 8, the Possessed having a base speed of 11, even Abaddon in some of the lists having a base speed of 7 is kind of brutal. So there's a lot of different creations we're testing out on the channel. So if you guys want to stay tuned for Creations of Bile, there's gonna be a lot on the channel. Won't run by me, run by Keeble. But this was a Grandmaster on our Patreon requests. So any Grandmaster have options when they're getting their coaching done to request specific battle reports done or specific armies you want to see us play against. So that's what the Dirtbag Nation is all about with the coaching. So if you guys are interested in that, head over to patreon.com or stay tuned for the end of the video. But if you guys are new to the channel, we did get ranked #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world 2024 season. So we're really trying to push getting into that chaos theme starting off this season, but also we're probably going to be going Death Guard because Death Guard Codex is coming out and it looks really fucking cool. Heard a lot of good rumors about it, so super excited about that. But with the channel, guys, I appreciate you clicking on the video. There's a lot going forward in 2025, a lot more battle reports like this, the 30-minute battle reports, and also the competitive videos and the tactical videos. A lot more of that is coming on patreon.com. But let's get into this video. We'll go over the lists real quick. We'll go over picture by picture, turn by turn, what we did good, what we could have done better. And again, this is for a Grandmaster specifically to kind of show you how we run, how we deploy, how we play this list into other different types of armies. So let's get into the video. All right, guys, if you want to support the channel, head over to the merch store. The link is in the description below. We have our new sports themed Grey Knights, Chaos, and Space Marine logos on a bunch of different shirts. We just updated the shirt as well. These are probably the most popular. So if you guys want to rep these at the local GT, you can do that. Also sport the Dirtbag swag. So really appreciate it. Click on the link below. If you guys are interested in other merch, we do offer some 3D prints. We have Codiez, the Assassin, should be in every single list. The Space Marine Lieutenant, Space Marine Librarian, the Tech Marine for Grey Knights, and the Cypher should be in every single list. We have poker chips, which are great for sticky objectives. All of the stickers are manageable. These will be on t-shirts soon. We have widgets still, and we have about orange and orange. So we have orange Dirtbag dice. If you guys are interested in getting some dice thrown on the table, hit me up in Discord and we'll get back to the video. All right, so today, don't mind the mess, we are playing Vanilla's Creations of Bile list. One of the Grandmasters requested it. So we have 2 units of Possessed, 10-man, unit of 10 Cultist, Cypher, Bile, who's the Warlord, 3 Rhinos, 1 10-man Chosen unit, 1 5-man Nemesis Claw, 1 Lord with the test subject, 1 5-man Chosen, 1 Carnivore, 1 Huntsman, and 2x5 Legionnaires for Creations of Bile. All right, Jess, what do we got today?
So we have 3x3 Sanguinary Guard with a banner, Melta, led by Captain, and Dante. We have the Sanguinor, who is a Sanguinius model. We have a 5-man Intercessor Squad. We have Lone Op Lieutenant, who stands back up. A unit of 5 Desolator Marines with an Apothecary. 2 Vindicators, 6 Plasma Interceptors, a 5-man Infiltrator unit, and a Lone Op Tech. Well, Tech Marine who could be Lone Op around the Vindicators.
That's a lot of shit. All right, guys, so those were the armies, the lists. So like I said, it's basically the standard list for Infinite Vanilla. And also, if you want to run carnivores, you can do that. You can do one of each. You can do 2 huntsmen. You can do 2 carnivores. Completely up to you. But those 140 points you can sub out for other different stuff if you really wanted to. And then obviously the Blood Angel is the standard. It's a really good Blood Angel list that was run with a bunch of guys at LVO, and Jesse's the one that's playing this. He's been running this for a while now, because he's actually a playtester too, which is really cool. So I get to have kind of that in our meta and on our channel. But with this, you can see the secondaries to our left. This is what we got in order. Creations of Bile went first, and then the Blood Angels went second. So we're playing Linchpin, standard, hold your home field objective, get 3, hold anything in the center, get 5. If you don't hold your home field objective, you only get 3 for the ones in the center. So it is a high scoring mission. They did cap it at 15. Used to be able to just score 21, especially going second at the end of the game. But I'm glad that they capped a lot of these off so that we're not just fucking losing on turn 5 just because they were able to get 20 or 25 points on turn 5. So with this, our deployment, pretty standard. We don't have a ton in the center. You can see the center is pretty well open here. So if you get out to the center, you will probably die. And then he put all of his stuff, kind of the Vindicator, just so he can scooch up and shoot. The Vindicator down in this corner, which is a really good L to put vehicles, kind of because it's a diagonal deployment. He's got his dudes back here that can go up for 1 CP, and then when you start them on the table for Blood Angels and you put them into reserves after starting the table, they can come up and down for the rest of the game, or they can go in past turn 3 and not get destroyed. That's what they usually do with the Sanguinor as well, because the Sanguinor, if he doesn't come in until turn 3, he then just dies. But if he started on the table, he can go into strategic reserve and stay off of the table until turn 5 if he really wanted to. So for this, I think we talked about at the end of the game, but deploying the intercessors as well as Sanguinor, I definitely would have just deployed the Sanguinor or vice versa, so that we can spend 1 CP and put them up in the air. With one of these guys still being on the table, you have to then do something turn 1 for them to do something, or spend another CP next turn to bring them back up. So I probably would have deep struck the intercessors, plasma dudes, and then the Sanguinor spend the 1 CP to get back up. For our deployment, we have a Rhino with 2 Legionnaires in the top here. We have Rhino with the Lord and the Nemesis Call in the center, and then we have another Rhino with Bile and the Chosen down here. I think the Chosen with the Lord is in the center as well, not the Legionnaires. We have Cypher in the center because he doesn't have a ton of shooting that I have to really watch out for. And then we have the Carnivore in the center started behind this thing so that we can go in the center and do an action or something turn 1. And then down here we have the Huntsman ready to kind of peek out because he's speed 12. So basically moving up 12, you can get a line of sight onto almost anything in this little room down here. 10-man Possessed move up. There's not a lot of cover over here. I probably could have put the Rhino behind the Possessed and then put the Possessed behind this little thing, but this gives him plenty of spots for his guys to move up and shoot that way, and then the Vindicator move up and shoot that way. So these guys did get shot turn 1, and then we have the Cultist in the back, and that's it. So not a ton. It's really just waiting to get go turn with Creations of Bile, and turn 2/turn 3 is usually the go turn. For this list, it's probably turn 2, which you'll see in the picture coming forward. So turn 1, we get Sabotage and Storm hostile objective. So since his one dude started on the objective, he has a reactive move. So once I got onto the center objective, he then moved off of the objective, which means we stormed that objective, which is great. So we got that turn 1. I am sacrificing 140 point model in the center to do that with. But if I would have traded, let's say, the gun guy in the center and the carnivore down here, that probably would have been better. So that way, if I move up fully, I could still probably get some shots off on this character turn 1 with the huntsman, but instead this is a carnivore, so he doesn't really have a lot of guns. And then Sabotage, we just kind of scooted up. I believe the Rhino up here was doing the Sabotage, as well as, I think that's it. So just the Rhino up here was doing the Sabotage on that. So turn 1, not bad. We got an easy 7. And then his turn 1, he gets Area Denial and Established Locus. So both really good for that guy right here. So he basically just walks right back to where he was, does Established Locus, and gets Area Denial. All he has to do is kill my center vehicle, which is pretty easy with the Vindicator just staring at him. He moves up the Sanguinor, like I said before. The guys hop out and get 18 inches to this vehicle. So he's got a backup plan with the Plasma and the Vindicator. to try and finish off this vehicle, and then all these guys get shot at from the Vindicator down here, as well as these nerf Space Marine dudes down here with the priest attached to them. So that was his turn 1. That was my turn 1. Turn 2, this is basically our go turn. So he kills 5 of the possessed at the bottom. They have a 5 up invuln save. I did the -1 to shoot at them, so they were a little bit tankier and tough to kill. Oh, I didn't show the picture. We got +1 toughness and +1 weapon skill. So that was our random roll. The toughness, I think, was pretty good into Marines, because going into like toughness 5 Marines, the Power Fist now wound on 3s instead of 2s on most thing. So even if you're strength 9 with Blood Angels, you're still wounding on 3s instead of 2s. So that was actually a pretty big difference. And then the +1 weapon skill, just hitting everything against another melee army, is really fucking good. So we didn't get the +2 speed, but the +1 weapon skill was definitely a big notice with all of our melee. All right, so what did we do? Turn 2, we had 8 for primary, so we held the top and held the back, but we got engaged in all front, so I have to now try and spread out, and no prisoners. So this was perfect going into our go turn. We're like, all right, now we have to kill shit and get across the table. So we actually did bring in these guys. I was considering bringing him down here a little bit more defensively and kind of taking over one side, but he gave me enough space to come up here to kind of threaten this unit of Sanguinor with Dante in the ruin up here. If I make that charge, cool. If not, they're at least there waiting to come in and try and, you know, kill something next turn. So you could rapid. Usually they're the rapid ingress target, but since we're going first, we're just going all in. The Chosen get out with the Lord. They advance up to here. They're right against the wall, so I have 2 options to commit into Dante's unit. We also have the Nemesis Claw that is going to try and scooch up, whether they're going to charge this dude and try and get no prisoners easily, which we kill him once in the shooting phase, get that, and then we kill him again in the charge phase. So we have a 2 easy kill no prisoner target right there. The Rhino scooches up to try and keep the center from, you know, being taken, and if he wants to charge into that guy to try and tie him up, or charge on the Vindicator to hold the Vindicator back, that is the goal for that. And then these guys, I created one for 1 CP, which look how big of a difference with charges that is, because I want to try and kill these plasma interceptors as soon as humanly possible. Once they get close enough, I'm going to try and kill them every single game. So these plasma guys are always my first target to try and get into, so that way we can just kill them and not have to worry about them ever again. So we made the one guy on the other side of the wall, which you can see is a 2-inch difference, but with the base sides, it's about a 4-inch gap of movement. So now they get to advance and charge. So I spent 1 CP to make them. I'm advancing them, so that's another CP so they can advance and charge. So they just move super far across the table. Now I have an option to charge the Vindicator and pile in kind of like slingshot into these guys, or just try and make that charge onto these guys, which I still have a Lord right here, which is the prime test subject that can just do 4 damage into units as well. So I have a couple different options here. Down here, we could just commit everything. Chosen with Bile get out. They advance all the way up to here. Their goal this turn is to do as much damage to the Vindicator as possible with all their pot shots, grenades, everything. Kill this Tech Priest and really tie up these guys back here. Because if I can take away his shooting, it's all just melee, which I think I'm going to be a better melee fighter with the Dark Pact, +1 toughness, and -1 to hit with our strat, and fight on death. So we're basically moving up the Huntsman down here. I want to try, here's my idea. I want to shoot, this guy gets down to like 2 wounds. I want to then charge it. If I can blow it up with the charge with the what's it called, the tank shock, then these guys can then pile in 3 inches to get more attacks onto the unit that they did not charge. So that is the goal down here. So, but you can see this is the go turn. So we brought on a Possessed. We have another Possessed charging in. We have the Chosen with the Lord charging in. We have the Nemesis Claw. We have the other Chosen. We have the Rhino, and we have the Carnivore. So everything is just going in. And let's see what we can do. So this is after the charge phase. We made the charge on the Vindicator. We did our once per game dev wound, which we did enough to get this guy down to 1 wound. So the Vindicator has 1 wound left. We did kill that character in the center. These guys made the charge. The 9-inch charge was made as well, coming out of reserves. So he's got 10 possessed, into Dante's unit. He's got a chosen unit. The Lord was able to pile into the plasma dudes and kill a bunch of them. So I think 5 out of 6 plasma dudes died. And then down here, we finished off the Vindicator. The Tech Priest died with the pile-in. And then he still has, I think, 3 of his shooting guys down here, which he killed the closest guy, so I couldn't pile into them. But you could see we're basically taking over the bottom field, and we have a lot of the top field. So now he's on his back foot trying to get into the fight now. But he's got full unit here, Sanguinor, a bunch of small chaff to shoot, and 1 Vindicator still alive with 1 wound. So his turn, he gets a 3 because he wasn't able to hold anything in the center, so he holds his backfield. And then his secondaries were kind of shit. It's Overwhelming Force and Storm Hostile Objective. So what he has to kill is he has to kill the 10-man Chosen Brick. He's got to kill a Rhino. He's got to kill a 8 Obsec Huntsman, another Rhino, Night Lords, and that's it. So those are his targets, but all of them are basically in the second ranks. So he has to basically either shoot through, charge through, or get past my front rank, which is already in a squad. That's the whole point of this list, is to be super aggressive on the go turn, so that way you can start holding primary and winning the game off of that. So what he tried to do is try to commit a little bit more down here to try and kill, because they're the only ones on the objectives. He thinks that Dante and everybody up here can kind of finish this off, which he was pretty accurate with. But with the Vindicator, I think the Vindicator could have killed the Rhino to at least guarantee 3 points, or kill this Rhino down here to, again, guarantee 3 points. So after his turn, he basically charges everybody in that he possibly can, and this is where we end up. So he finishes off 8 of the Possessed down here. The Lord is still alive with 1 chosen and a wound left. 3 Possessed are still alive down here after killing the Vindicator. These guys scooted up to get a bunch of shots off. Sanguinor committed forward, charged in to these guys, and actually only killed 4 of them, which we both were shocked by. Rerolling 1's to hit, 1's to wound. Down here, he brought these guys back. He shot a bunch of guys over here. These guys charged in, and on the charge in, I clapped back because he wasn't able to kill them all. So on the clap back, Bile just fucking wounds like 6 times or something. He fails like 3 of the saves. So all 3 of the guys die because of their 3 wounds. And then the Power Fist and the Chosen Accursed Weapons hit back into the regular character, which is only a 3-up save, and then he dies as well. So that was crazy. He basically charged in, didn't kill as much as he thought he was going to, especially with 2 damage on Chosen, with Oath up, and then on the clapback we killed everything that charged us. So that was kind of brutal. I was impressed. He was impressed. So that was, like, he basically lost this bottom side with this turn, because all he's left is these guys and these gun guys, which I probably could just make a Chosen and then make that like 3-inch charge, or move the Huntsman up first, charge into there, because he's not going to overwatch the Huntsman. If he does, then I just have Bile to come in afterwards to charge there. But you guys have to think, this is the Overwatch target. He still has Oath up on this target, so he's going to try and Overwatch me if I move. So the goal is not to move and charge him with something else first to stop the Overwatch. So I have a Rhino as an option, I have a Huntsman as an option, and then these guys could charge afterwards. But up here, he still has a full unit with the cat. I think the 1 guy died, so he's a character. 2 guys left. He's got Dante with 1 guy left, and then this gun unit back here with the Sanguinor in the center. So after his turn, or our turn 3, we get 15 on primary, which was huge. We get Extend, which is an easy one, and then Containment. So both easy because we still have both of our stuff in the back here. We have the Rhino up here, and then we have the other Rhino up there. So both Rhinos are doing the Containment. And then we have to Extend, which we already got. So we're lining up all of these guys. So we move these guys up. Now Sanguinor has Loan Up, which we forgot. So Jesse was nice enough to remind us, so we were able to move a little bit closer. That way we can get our last cannons, because we have 2 last cannons just aiming right at Sanguinor, right into him. So the 2 last cannons aim at Sanguinor, take him down to like maybe 1 wound, and then Cypher finishes him off with all the shots. So we kill the Sanguinor in the center. And then up here, I have the Lord and the Chosen. They're basically going into Dante's unit. The Possessed that were left after there moved up to try and finish off these guys. And then we have down here, which again, like I said, the Huntsman moved up to charge the gun guys, and these guys over here moved up to finish off this unit. So the Huntsman finished off those guys, and the Bile's unit came in here, and then I think he overwatched, but he didn't do as much as he thought he was going to do with Oath. So I still have 3 chosen, 4 with 1 with a wound, and then Bile's unit, or Bile, to finish off these guys down here. So at this point, it's kind of not looking good for the Blood Angels. We're moving into turn 3 for the Blood Angels, and then all he's got left is Dante, who actually finished off the Lord. Just 2 damage on the Lord for save. The Lord is definitely going to die. 3 Possessed left, so he's got Dante, this guy, and that is it. So that is all that's left after turn 3 for the Blood Angels. And then these 2 guys left, which the Possessed did not kill on turn 3. So turn 4, pretty simple. We're basically just wrapping everything up. Dante on turn 4 has to get Call the Horde, which I still have, actually, the chosen unit, so he can't get rid of it. And then bring it down, so he has to try and kill the Rhino, which I think he does. No, he fails to kill the Rhino. So the Rhino lives. He's got these 2 guys slap box and 1 Possessed left. And I think this is funny because throughout the game I was doing dark packs on like 1 guy left, and I kept killing my guys. So this 1 guy that was up here, this dude that lived, he was battle shocked. He's kind of just chilling there. He moves up, charges in. I do a dark pact, fail it, do 3 wounds to myself, kill my guy on the charge. Then he goes into this guy, doesn't kill him. I dark pact, fail it, do 2 wounds, kill my own guy. So in that turn, I finished off the 2 Possessed units by failing the dark pact and killing myself twice. So that was fucking hilarious. In a tournament, probably wouldn't be doing dark pact by myself with 1 guy left, but we killed one, so I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just killed the other one, and then we killed the other one? So that was pretty funny. We still have Bile, some chosen camping out down here. He's got Dante left up here, which we have all these legionnaires with heavy weapons and grenades just staring at him, which they then move up. Chosen advance up. Basically everybody is surrounding Dante at this moment. And then on turn 5, this is basically the end of the game. So let's bring this up. This is the end board state, and this is the final score. So we just crushed the Blood Angels. I mean, if you ask Jess, it kind of was crazy how many charges we made. So every charge that was like, I don't think we failed a charge that game, which some games it just happens. So we went into the game, melee army versus melee army, and when you have a melee army getting the initial fight off with not failing a fucking charge, especially a 9-inch out of reserves, is kind of brutal for the Blood Angel player. So after like turn 2, we kind of saw that like, all right, everything's in combat by top of 2. This is going to be a bloody ass game, which it definitely was. But for the primary, we finished up with a 50 out of 50, and then 40 out of 40 for secondaries. We had really good secondaries throughout the entire game. We had like 7, 9, 11, 10, 8. So really good secondaries. And then you could see for the Blood Angel, we had 12, which was 3 holding his home field objective. He just couldn't push out past the initial charge. So 3 for the whole round for 12, and then 16 out of 40 for secondaries. So finished up with 38 out of 100, and you could just tell the differences I think that we would have done. I'm just thinking, going back to the second turn, was like I said, these guys are coming down deep strikes, so that way they can come down and just hopefully murder an entire side of the board. Like if they can come down and kill 200 points worth of Possessed, a 3-man Possessed is nowhere near as scary as a 10-man Possessed coming in with once per game devs. The Vindicators, I think, were too close in this matchup, giving me a little bit of a slingshot, so I think they should have backed up and shot from 24 inches away, not like 12 inches away, because the tank was right here, so the Vindicator should have just backed up all the way back here and shot from 24 inches away to kill that guy. So I think just being too close on a melee army is really what did it for him. This Vindicator down here gave me the charge that I needed to get onto this objective. So maybe if he has the Vindicator, back up as much as he possibly can, and then these guys get onto the objective, or even the tech priest. Like, just throw the tech priest out there onto the objective, so that way I have to commit an entire squad to come after him. And if I do, then he's got a Vindicator to just shoot the shit out of me, blow up a ton. These guys blow them up, and then you have the charging unit afterwards. So I think a Vindicator, these guys, and the charging unit after could have easily killed the 10-man chosen unit. So what we learned was putting everything on the line against a super quick advance and charge army is not going to be the way to go into Creations of Bile. So that is what we both found out. But I did like the list. If you guys are into Creations of Bile, hopefully this helped you out on how to deploy, stage, be aggressive, and get into your enemy's line where you need to go after and kill the units you want to kill that can kill you back. The 3 damage is the biggest hurdle in this list. Everything else is 2 damage. So if I can kill the 3 damage first and then get to the 2 damage, that's going to be the goal. So I definitely like this list. If you guys want different variations, head over to Discord. But let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. And guys, I appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.